Okay. If you remember yesterday, the last class of language, we talked about possessive. We talked about singular possessive nouns, right? Who can tell me one example using a possessive sentence? A sentence uses a possessive. Remember that a possessive is when you're talking about ownership, that you are the owner of something.
His name is Mac.
Ricky.
Camila's dog. Okay, excellent. What else? What else you can tell me?
My dog name is Randy.
My
The name of your dog.
My dog
name is
Rottweiler.
Okay, yes.
Aunque lo entrenamos.
Okay, now let's hear. This is the topic class. Plural possessive nouns. That's a topic. Yesterday we talked about singular. Now we're going to talk about plurals.
My dog, no le tienen que tocar la colita.
You cannot touch the tail? You cannot touch the tail of your dog?
No.
Los peces are datos to Chávez en una clase dijo que un Rottweiler.
Okay, now copy this. Everybody, this is the topic. Plural possessive nouns. Remember that yesterday was the singular. They were singular nouns. A singular possessive noun like the boys, duck. We say Camila's duck. You can say Santiago duck. Why are you saying this? You are talking about the duck of Santiago. That's the same of having. This is the same of having the duck of Santiago. Yes, copy the topic. The examples now. Just the topic. This is the same of having Santiago's duck of the duck of Santiago. The duck of Santiago Chavez. Okay. Doesn't like what doesn't like your dog, Santiago?
Dog.
The other dogs?
Lo que amo es mi perro.
Doesn't like what?
Dog.
The cats. Let's say the cats. So you can say that Santiago Chavez doesn't like the cats, or Santiago's dog doesn't like the cats, doesn't like to play with cats. We can use some possessive noun. Remember, possessive is made up with
the dog.
Apostrophe S. The apostrophe S.
Me.
Tell me.
The only class that we have in Spanish are being and out of all in English.
All in English. That's right. Today is the day that you
And them art.
Plural, possessive. Now, that's a topic. Let's go to the next slide. Now, we're going to review the video. So let me display the video one more time. So please pay attention to this video. I'm going to share the sound. Okay.
¿Escribe sin errores?
Let's continue here. Let's continue here talking about the possessives. That video was the same of yesterday. That video was the same of yesterday. You remember? Just was a review.
Yes.
We're going to write that rule number 2. Your notebook, copy rule number 2, please. Yesterday we copied rule number 1. Now today we're going to copy rule number 2. To make the possessive form.
To change a singular noun to singular possessive noun at the singular noun. No,
yes, that was rule number 1 yesterday. Now, today, copy rule number 2. This is rule number 2. Everybody copy rule number 2. The rule and the example. To make the possessive form for plurals, we're talking about now plurals, and then with S, we're going to add the apostrophe after the plural. We're going to add the apostrophe after the plural. If the plural ends with S, like this. The girl's brother is short. What is the plural here? Girls. This is the plural. Girls. So it means that since we're making the possessive, we're just going to write the apostrophe because the plural ends with S. That is what it's saying, rule number 2.
I finish, Miss.
You finish, Anna?
Yeah.
Excellent. So fast, you copy the rules in the example. Excellent. Excellent, excellent.
Miss, I have to tell you something.
Okay.
Well, you can use the Miss Francis.
If I met her, yes.
Yeah, you are so parecida of her.
You seems like her. Okay, thank you, Siyan. You finished?
If Miss Francis is in Nashville.
No more, no more. She's working in another place now.
But Miss Francis is not in Nashville right now. No. Why? Ella told me that it's not in that Nashville. There are in other school and da clases a kinder.
Kindergarten, yes. Now, remember, this is the rule. Rule number 2, to make the possessive class. Now, who wants, it's the same topic of yesterday. It's the same topic. Remember that this is rule number 2 for the same topic.
Brotherly short.
Yes, that's the example. You have to write it down, Marcelo. Now, thank you, Camila. Who wants to tell me an example? Hermes, you want to share an example using this rule number 2?
No, I have of a question.
Okay, what's the question?
I finished.
Eso no es una
What is
pregunta.
the topic, Miss?
That's not a question. I finished. It's just a comment. I finished. I want to say that I finished. A question is, what's your name? How old are you?
Una pregunta.
Yes. Now, don't worry, don't worry. The girls' brothers, it says here, as you can notice, it's a plural. It's a plural form. Now, I'm going to say another one here. I'm going to write one, and you're going to help me. Do not copy this. You're going to help me to form the plural for that sentence, the possessive. Sorry. So I'm talking about that food of the children. Remember, this is the same topic of yesterday. Just copying the same page.
Children's.
The food of the children. How can we can make the possessive for this, class?
The food of the children. Yeah.
Did you have to write that for that?
You don't have to copy
Okay.
this. Marcelo, listen instructions. Everybody listen instructions. You don't have to copy. I'm asking you, how can we form the plural, the possessive form for this plural nouns? The food of the children. Danny? Kiara?
The children's room.
Excellent. The children's food. Remember, since we're making that possessive, we have to write the apostrophe and as the children's food. Excellent. The children's food. Now, another example. I'm going to write another one here. And you're going to help me to write it down to form that possessive.
I finished.
Okay, the water bowls of the cats. Water bowl of the cats. How can we make the possessive for this one, right? Class?
Cat water bowl.
Excellent. That cats. Now, one question here. We have cats. Do we have to write apostrophe S or just the apostrophe?
Apostrophe S. Just the apostrophe.
Just the apostrophe.
I just apostrophe.
The cat, that's right, the cat's water bowl. That's Wait, why we don't write the S? What it says the rule? If the plural ends with S, we just write apostrophe, right? We cannot write more. Now, let's go to next slide. Okay, copy this other rule. Rule number 3. This must be the number 3. To make the possessive form for plurals ending in S, just add the apostrophe plural. That's the same, right? It's the same rule. Okay, no, copy rule number 3. This one, sorry. That's the rule. Rule number 3. To make the possessive form for plurals not ending with S, we have to add apostrophe S after the plural like this. Copy this, please. Copy this. The rule number 3 and example. The children's mother is pretty. Children, it's a plural noun, but we add apostrophe S because this word, this plural, do not end with S. Copy this, please.
Miss, that is the same rule.
No,
My
this is rule
possessive-
number 3.
But it's the same that rule number 2 said.
Are you sure?
To make possessive form of plural ending S, just add after the plural.
The apostrophe. And what it says this?
The
Add-
same.
No, it's not the same.
Ah.
Add apostrophe S.
S.
Yes. this is
Excuse
another-
me.
Okay. This is
I
another
finish.
rule. It looks like the same, but it's not the same.
I finished, Miss. Look.
Okay, okay.
I finished, Miss.
Okay, Mia. Okay, Yana. Here we can say that children's food, because we're talking about the plural, we have to write apostrophe and S.
Miss, a question. Why you sigue compartiendo el sonido if ya no hay videos?
I'm still sharing that.
Ya.
Okay. Now, how can we make the plural for this? Let's see. This is the possessive.
The man.
What is missing here to be a possessive?
The men's.
The man.
Apostrophe and S, right? Apostrophe and S, that's right. But if I write to you now, I'm gonna write this one. How's going to be the plural? The possessive for this plural
The man truck.
is the same.
Finish. I
Apostrophe S.
finish.
Okay, Marcelo.
I
Okay, now, I'm going to write another example. If I tell you now, help me to make or to form the possessive for the following. How can we make the possessive? For sentence number 3. The teacher's pants.
The teacher's pass you.
ya escribí la 2 y la regla 1, digo, la regla 2 y la 3.
In English, Marcelo, speak in English. Remember, this is an English class. You have to speak in English. Okay, teacher's pants. How can we make the plural class? Teacher's pants, the possessive for this plural now.
Plural.
It's a plural, t-shirts, but how can we make?
The
Strap is strap.
trophy.
The apostrophe
Apostrophe S.
S class, t-shirts, pants? Or rule number 2? What it says rule number 2 class? Do we have to add the apostrophe S?
Only the rule number 3. After.
Yes, but it's going to be the t-shirts, apostrophe S, t-shirts, pants or just t-shirts with apostrophe?
The apostrophe.
Kiara, what do you think, Kiara? Is t-shirts apostrophe S or just with the apostrophe?
Just with the apostrophe.
Excellent. That's rule number 2, right, Kiara? It says if the plural ends with S, just add the apostrophe. That t-shirts, pants, just add the apostrophe because our noun ends with S. What about this one, class? Okay, this one. How can you make the possessive for the dog's bunch?
Only the possessive.
Apostrophe. That's right. The apostrophe. The dogs, it's plural. It ends with S. We just write the apostrophe. Excellent. Excellent. Did you finish the copy, class? All of you?
Yes, Miss.
Yes. Okay, let's go to next slide. Now, don't forget.
I finished.
Okay, that possessive form of nouns can be only used with people and animals. You cannot use for things like this. You cannot say car seat. You say seat of the car, but you can say friend's car. That's what you can say. Now, in your book, open your book, please. Everybody open your book, page number 65. You have some examples on page 65. Who wants to read one example that is on page 65? And exercise number 23. Exercise number 23.
We have to write these.
No, you're not going to copy that. Just read one example, page number 65. You don't have to copy this. Khaled, read one example that is on page 65.
Men workers.
This coffee.
No, do not copy this.
Like.
Khaled, we cannot listen to you. Speak one more time.
Okay. Many workers.
What page?
63. 65.
Page 65. Okay, many workers.
And skills.
Still,
No. Tiene más páginas que... No sé qué.
Marcela, your microphone, please. What I say to you, have your microphone off. Just the person that I say has to have the microphone on. Khaled?
Skills.
Okay, let's see. No, Khaled, I cannot listen to you. Rebecca, can you tell me one example that is on page 65, please?
La que dijo Khaled o
No,
cualquiera.
choose one example. Choose one example. Don't worry.
Okay. Blacksmith made horseshoes.
Okay, can you tell me what is the possessive for that sentence? You have to find possessive, right? What it says that? Say it one more time, Rebecca.
Okay. Blacksmith made horseshoes.
Do you have a possessive in that sentence?
No.
No. Read another sentence.
Okay. They also repaired farmers' tools.
Yes, you have some possessive there. You have some possessive, but don't worry, don't worry. Remember that page 65 is just for you for practice. Now you have one homework. Let me explain the homework for this class. The homework for you is to work. Remember, you have to homework in language, but this is the second homework. A possessive noun. I already sent this to you for Schoology. So you have to find the possessive for each to form. Use the possessive for each of these plurals. So we have John Ben carried beginning his brother print shop. How can we make the plural for this class? For the word that is on parentheses, for Ben. Ben's apostrophe S. Don't forget to write apostrophe and the S. Brother for brother class. How can
Brother.
brothers. Apostrophe S. Now for the second one, by the 1774 he became Pennsylvania. It's going to be, you write the word Pennsylvania, that is on parentheses, and what's missing? Apostrophe S, that's right. Take care of that. Once you finish, you click on finished. Email my answers to my teacher. Remember, email the answers to my teacher, but let's check just the answer here right now. Look, it's correct. Bands, brothers, and Pennsylvania. Tell me.
No is a question, but Miss, no voy a tocar Gmail of my Miss.
Email
No,
to my
like
teacher.
that.
Yes, you have to click email to my teacher. Once you finish, email to my teacher.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Any other question, class? Comments? No? Okay, remember, you have homework. You have homework in these classes, and don't forget to do your homework. Just let me display one more time before we go. Those are the homeworks that you have this week: Spanish, language, math, okay, and reading and science. Don't forget to do your homework this weekend. Yes. Bye-bye, class. See you.
I see you.
Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.